Hey everyone, welcome back. Get ready, because today we're diving into the world of a creature that often gets a bad rap, the striped hyena.
Yeah, they don't always get the best press, do they?
Definitely not the star of the nature documentaries, are they? We all see those incredible spotted hyenas. But today's deep dive is all about their lesser-known cousin.
The striped hyena, right.
Exactly. We're going deep with an essay called The Striped Hyena, a misunderstood marvel.
Oh, interesting title.
And trust me, there's a lot more to these animals than meets the eye.
Well, that's what we're here to find out, isn't it?
Absolutely. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty, I gotta ask, have you ever heard of a mammal that can digest bones?
Yeah, I think I have. I mean, I'm pretty sure hyenas can, right?
You're absolutely right, and the striped hyena is no exception. In fact, it's this bone-digesting superpower that allows them to thrive in some pretty harsh environments.
So it's not just a gross party trick, it's a vital survival strategy.
Exactly. It gives them access to a source of nutrients that most other animals can't even touch.
Clever. So I guess, first impressions matter, right? What do these striped hyenas actually look like?
Okay, so picture this. A pale coat, think like a sandy beige, with striking vertical black stripes.
I'm picturing it. I'm picturing it.
And get this, they have a mane they can raise when they feel threatened.
Oh, cool. Like a dog puffing itself up, but way more intense, I bet.
Oh, way more intense for sure.
Yeah.
The essay describes it as a pretty impressive display.
So not as social as spotted hyenas, but definitely not afraid to stand their ground.
Absolutely. And they're found across a huge range, way beyond what most people might think.
Oh, really? I always kind of associated hyenas with the African savanna.
That's the classic image, for sure.
Yeah.
But striped hyenas, you can find them from North Africa and the Middle East, all the way to parts of Asia.
Wow, that's pretty widespread.
Deserts, scrublands, they're adaptable, that's for sure.
Definitely busts that stereotype of them just lurking in the savannah, huh?
Big time. Okay, so let's talk about their diet. And this is where we start busting some myths, because the essay makes it clear. Striped hyenas are not just scavengers.
Really? So what, they're gourmet chefs all of a sudden?
Well, maybe not gourmet chefs. But while they are super efficient scavengers, cleaning up carcasses and preventing disease outbreaks, they also hunt.
Hold on, so they scavenge A&D, they hunt?
Oh, yeah. And, we got to give credit where credit's due. Those powerful jaws of theirs are incredible at crushing bones.
Which I'm guessing ties back to that bone digesting thing we were talking about.
You got it. They get all that nutrient-rich marrow. But, like I was saying, they're not limited to scavenging. They hunt small animals, they go for insects, they even eat fruit.
Huh, so they're omnivores then, I guess.
Pretty much. The essay even mentions them scavenging human refuse when they need to. Talk about
Yeah.
resourceful.
Wow, okay, that's fascinating. You don't usually think of a hyena as being that flexible with its food choices.
Right. It just goes to show how adaptable they truly are.
Definitely throws a wrench in those simplistic ideas people have about hyenas.
Totally. Okay, now let's get into something really interesting. Their social behavior.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Now, unlike their spotted cousins, who are known for being loud and boisterous, striped hyenas are more on the solitary side.
So like lone wolves, almost.
Yeah, you could say that. They often live alone or in small family groups.
Interesting. I guess with those spotted hyenas, you always picture those big clans, right?
Yeah, huge clans. But the striped hyena, their communication is more about subtle cues, a mix of sounds, scent marking, body language.
So it's all about subtlety. Huh. I wonder how that quieter communication style affects how they interact, Especially compared to those big vocal spotted hyena clans.
That's a great question. The essay describes their vocalizations as subdued, which really paints a different picture.
It definitely makes you think. Okay, so we talked about how adaptable and resourceful they are, but I'm guessing it can't all be sunshine and roses, right?
You're right. Unfortunately, the essay doesn't shy away from the darker side of things, the threats facing these animals.
Yeah. Sadly, I can imagine. Habitat destruction, I'm guessing.
That's a big one, definitely. But there's also hunting and persecution driven by negative cultural beliefs.
Oh no. Really?
It's really sad. In some cultures, they're seen as symbols of bad luck, even demonic figures, which leads to unnecessary killings.
Oh, that's awful. It's like, talk about misunderstood marvel, right? Those misconceptions have real-world consequences.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And it really highlights the importance of education and challenging these baseless beliefs.
Absolutely. Knowledge is power, right? So what's the current situation? How are their populations doing?
Well, the essay mentions that they are classified as near threatened.
Okay, so that means?
It means they're not endangered yet, but their populations are declining, and there's a high risk of extinction in the wild in the near future.
Oh, man. That's a real shame. But it sounds like there's still time to turn things around, right?
Definitely. The essay highlights the importance of protected areas, education programs to debunk those harmful myths, and legal protections, all crucial to their survival.
Makes sense. Okay, so we know they're facing all these threats, but we've also talked about how adaptable they are. Like you mentioned earlier, they've even been observed utilizing human refuse as a food source.
Right.
It just makes you think about their resilience, you know? They're finding ways to survive alongside us, even as we encroach on their habitats.
That's a really powerful point.
It makes you wonder, can that adaptability be enough to guarantee their survival in the long run?
That's the question, isn't it? So let's recap. We've learned that striped hyenas are much more than just scavengers, more than just the bad guys in some stories. They're adaptable, they're resourceful, and sadly, they're victims of a lot of harmful
It's
misconceptions.
definitely more complex than their reputation suggests.
Exactly. And as we continue to expand our footprint on the planet, it's on us to make sure they have a fighting chance. So let's all make an effort to learn more about these fascinating creatures, challenge the myths, spread the facts, and let's help ensure the striped hyena doesn't become just another misunderstood marvel lost to history.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
That's it for today's deep dive, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.